A very good morning, students. Today we are going to study the new chapter, that is the story writing of your English 1 grammar book, class 2. English grammar, chapter number 23, story writing. So children, what is the meaning of story? Anyone knows what is the meaning of story? Story is a description of an imaginative event. The story means the thing, the event which is not true. The event which is not true. Any of the event or any of the happening which is not true is known as story. And when we write it on a piece of a paper, it becomes the story writing. Okay? You might have heard so many stories from your childhood. Different the stories of a crow, and you have heard the story of a hungry fox with the grapes. So many other stories you have heard. So everyone, just take out your grammar book and open page number 87. Everyone should open page number 87 from your grammar book. In this, we are going to read the story which is of the shepherd boy. What is it about? First of all, we read the starting lines of the story writing. What it is given over there. Story writing is a very useful and popular form of composition. A story is bigger than a paragraph. Story writing requires a lot of practice. We usually write the story in past, okay? First of all, we'll read the story carefully of the shepherd boy. What happens? Once upon a time, there was a shepherd boy. What was the name? Who are the shepherds? The one who take care of the animals, who can take care of the sheep. Okay? He lived in a small village. Where he lived? He lived in a small village. He used to take out his sheep for grazing in a nearby forest. For grazing in a nearby forest. Every day. Okay? One day, he thought of a mischievous trick. He climbed up a tree and cried in a loud voice, "Help! Help! A wolf is coming to kill me. Save my life!" The simple villagers ran to save his life from the attack of a wild animal. Then what happened later on? What happened? The story starts there. In first paragraph, it is all about that there was a one shepherd boy who lived in a very small village, and he used to take out his sheep for the grazing. Okay, the forest every day he used to do that. And then what happened? One day he thought of a mischievous trick. He thought of doing some mischievous things. Then what he did? He climbed up the tree and cried in a loud noise. He cried in a loud noise and climbed up the tree. And later on, what happened? He shouted, "Help! Help! A wolf is coming to kill me. Save my life." Then he thought that the wild animals are going to attack him. Then they were surprised when they found no wolf there. The boy laughed at him. He told them that he had cried only for the purpose of fun. He does a mischievous trick. So what he do? He was crying very loud and doing a mischievous trick to have a fun. The villagers went back to their homes that day. Then later on, what happened? All the villagers went back. They thought that he's doing the fun. Then again the next day, what happened? This act again repeated. On the next day, he repeated the same act. The villagers once again ran to help him. He found no wolf there. One day a wolf really came there. The boy cried loudly for help. No villagers came to save him. The wolf attacked and killed the boy and his sheep. Then what happened? He was doing a mischievous trick every day. He does a mischievous trick and he climbed up the tree and again daily what he used to do? He cried a lot that there is a wolf and he must have want her saved. Then what happened? All the villagers ran that why the shouting is coming, from where the voice is coming. So later on what happened? Later on, one day the wolf came truly. Definitely the wolf came. Then what happened? Then again he was shouting, but that time the villagers didn't come. The villagers thought that again he is doing some mischievous trick, again he is doing the fun. So the wolf the villager was that boy, the shepherd boy was killed by the wolf and his sheep also were killed. So, what is the moral of the story? That we should not be lie. We should not. If we lie once, then we always become a liar. So, what you should do? You should speak true. You should speak truth. Every time you should speak truth. Clear, children? This is the story of a shepherd boy, and you must read the story, and it is very interesting story that you might have read it. That is on page number 87. So, I am going to explain how we can write the story, in what form we can write it. If suppose you can see in your exercise, I am just going to explain the one story to you today. That exercise part, it's on page number 88. You have to complete the story on the given outline. This story, children, is not in past. But mostly we write the story, all time we write the story in past. So, in this story, there was a hungry fox and a grape story was there. What happened there? The hungry fox, he was very hungry and he was wandering here and there. What he was wandering? In search of food. He was wandering here and there in search of food. Then, at last he came to the garden. What does he saw there? He saw the bunch of grapes. That were very high. He could not catch that. He could not climb up so high. He tried so many times. Then he could he could able to take out the grapes from the tree. And later on, what happened? Later on, he find that the grapes were ripe and nice, and later on he thought that I should jump and pick out all the grapes that I want to eat, and they were very sour in taste. So this story is very interesting, and this thought that what is the moral of the story? Those who cannot get a thing, often they say they do not want it. The person who is not getting anything, if they get that and they say afterwards that I don't want that. He was very hungry, so must have taken all the grapes, and when he ate that, and it was very sour in taste. So children, when you are going to do this part, this one exercise, this complete the stories, give it the given outline. How are we going to do it? A hungry fox wandering here and there. Blank is there. In search of what? In search of food. And later on, what he saw? He saw bunches of grapes. It's written sees here, but will write in past tense, so it will become saw. Saw bunches of grapes that were very high, that were hanging very high, so that he could not take it out. Then later on, he tried so many times. Then after that, he put that picked up, and because of it so many efforts, and after that, the grapes were looking very nice and very ripe. But when he had ate that, and that was very sour in taste. Okay, this is the story we are going to do. We'll write in this next class. Just I'm going to discuss this today. And the second one also, it is given the hare and the tortoise. The hare and the tortoise. You might have heard this story so many times, I think, but now then also we are going to discuss it. So there was a one hare, we call it as rabbit, okay, and a tortoise. What happened? The hare was very proud of his speed, okay, and tortoise, he walked very slowly. So what they thought? They thought that thought that why should we plan for a speed competition, for a running competition? So what happened? Then later on, the tortoise accepted the challenge. Then what happened later on? As they were reaching the post, as they were race begins, there was a as the race begins. Then what happened later on? The earth was very fast in speed. He ran so fast, and he was about to reach to the point, the post, where he wants to finish his race. Then, at that time, the tortoise was very behind to him. He was walking very slowly. He was doing his running. Then, then Earth thought that I should slept here for some times because why? Why you want to sleep? He's thought that I should slept here for some time because the tortoise is very behind to him and reaching point is near to me. I can go very fast there. So he slept there for some time, and meanwhile, what happened? The tortoise, he suddenly complete his works and goes to the finish line where the race has to be completed. And then tortoise, then the earth. What happened of the earth? He got slapped, and later on, when all the forest animals, they were cheering the tortoise. He has won the race. Then what happened? Tortoise waked up and he saw that the got slept, and was slept here. So then the tortoise won the race. Okay. What is the moral of the story? That we should not be slow. If we are slow and steady, wins the race. Means we should not think anyone in a negative way, and everyone has an quality, so we should not be proud of our quality too much. And the moral of the story is that the slow and the steady wins the race. Okay, so we are going to discuss it again. According to the book, the hare and the tortoise, they will live in a forest. Where they live? In a forest. The hare was proud of his speed. The hare was proud of his speed. He makes the fun of tortoise. He makes the fun of tortoise. Why? Because the tortoise speed was very slow. The tortoise challenges the hare. And later on, the tortoise challenges the hare. what he challenged? He challenged that the earth accepted the challenge later on, and he thought of being a competition in a race. Then, as soon as the race began, the other people, other animals of the forest, they were going to cheer up all those people. And the earth and a tortoise. The earth ran very fast. The tortoise was behind him. The earth stops to take the rest. He stops there to take the rest under the tree. And later on, meanwhile, what happened? He fell asleep. For a long time, he fell asleep there. And slowly, the tortoise passes him and reaches the winning post. The earth wakes up, run in vain, and he was hurry in vain, and then also the tortoise won the race. And this is all about in this story. There are two stories you have to write, children, and we will write this stories in the next class on the board. I will going to write it and you will copy in your notebook. This I just want to explain you how we are starting the story. Story, what I told you just now, the story means any description of any event which is not true. It is imagination. It is your imagination. So many stories you have heard from your grandparents, from your mother. So many times you have heard that. Maybe in Hindi also and in English also. These are two stories that in exam it going to come. So you have to prepare it and you have to read it accordingly. And everyone should read what you will read. Your homework is that you have to read the page number 87. Everyone should read the page number 87, children. Okay, I am writing it on the board. Homework is here that you have to do the reading part. Homework is that you will read page 87 and 88. You have to read page number 87 and 88 from your English grammar book. From your English grammar book, chapter number 20. Okay, children? This you have to do. Okay? You have to read the story which is given on page number 86, 87 and 88. Okay? 87 and 88. You have to read the story. In the next class, what we are going to do, we will write the story on the board and then you will go to copy it down. Okay? The story means a description. Story means a description that is not true. Okay? That is imaginative, our own creation, or any event which is happening, we create the in paragraphs, and it is lengthy than paragraphs. So that is all about the story. The story we write in past because the happening of the event is already happened in past. So we'll write the story in past accordingly. Okay, children? Children, you have to read it and everyone should do it. Okay? In next class, I am going to discuss the stories. So I want the answers from you. Okay, children? This is all about for today. And now we are going to wind up our class. And thank you, students. Have a good day.